Hey everyone, Flo from OFTWOLANDS here, and today we're going to talk about gear. Over the past 12 months, I've been adding quite a few items to my kit, so I thought I'd make this video and share them with you. This year was a pretty big one when it comes to filmmaking gear, with new lenses, cameras, and very useful accessories. Before I start, be sure to subscribe to see more videos like this one, and let's get into it. This video is sponsored by Artlist. The first one is the DJI Focus Pro. This piece of gear has been one of the most useful I've ever owned. Since I've had it, I've used it on pretty much all of my shoots, from documentary style to outdoor and even personal. The Focus Pro kit that I have consists of 4 items: the focus grip, the LiDAR, the Focus Pro motors, and the hand unit. The combo I use the most is the grip and one motor. This is perfect to pull focus, especially with cine glass, and it also provides another port of contact or support for the rig. It is very well made, comfortable, and the battery life is great. When using the LiDAR, I'm also able to get reliable autofocus with my vintage glass and other cine lenses, which is amazing. I found this system to be extremely useful and well suited to solo operators, and even more when combined with a Ronin. It adds another level of reliability and flexibility. Feel free to watch my review. And as always, all the links will be listed in the description. Next we have the Blackmagic Pyxis. As you know, I've been shooting with Blackmagic cameras for over 10 years, and since I make documentaries and outdoor content, but I also test a lot of cine glass, the Pyxis is definitely a camera that fits my style of shooting, and I also love that full frame sensor. Having a modular and flexible camera like the Pyxis allows you to use different rigging options and accessories to better suit different types of projects. The Pyxis is now my A-cam for my documentary work, and has been for pretty much everything else since I've had it, as I really enjoy the shooting experience. I of course still use my 6K full frame for travel and personal content, and also outdoors, such as when hiking. The build quality on the Pyxis is also incredible, and it feels very sturdy and has a decent weight to it. This is definitely a step up in quality from the pocket style cameras. Definitely my favorite camera at the moment. I've also been using a few accessories for it, which makes it even more versatile, such as the Ursa Cine EVF, the top handle, and the Excelsior cage system. Now I'm just waiting for the monitor, which will complete the kit and make it a very flexible and useful one. Now of course I want to include lenses, and this is my favorite lens, and I think a lot of other people's too, the Helios 44-2. I've always been aware of this lens, but the reason I never got it until recently is that until last year I used primarily Super 35 sensor cameras, so I knew that the focal length wasn't right for me. Now that I use the Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K and the Pyxis, that are both full frame and shoot open gate, it changes things for me, so I decided to finally get one. As soon as I put a lens on a 6K full frame, I fell in love with the look and the image. I knew that it would be special, but I didn't expect to like the look of it that much. These days I use it as much as I can, for both personal and outdoor content. It is light, cheap, but more importantly, I absolutely love the image and feel that it gives me, and it makes me excited and very happy to shoot with it every single time. I have a lot of other items that I want to share with you, but before that, here's a quick word about today's sponsor, Artlist. I've been working with Artlist for several years now, and if you don't know what Artlist is, it's a platform that I use for all my music and SFX, whether it is for my documentary work or for my travel and YouTube content. All you're about to hear in these short examples was created using music and SFX from Artlist. As a filmmaker, knowing that I can use music and SFX for all kinds of projects without having to worry about licenses is a huge plus. Artlist is also super easy to use, no matter the kind of music or SFX you're looking for. Over the years, I've created dozens of collections, and I regularly put tracks aside for a project that might suit later on. They also offer different plans depending on if you need music and SFX, or footage and templates, or if you need all of it. They recently also added a voiceover feature that can be extremely useful for solo and freelance filmmakers when it comes to documentary work, but also for YouTube content such as tech and gear videos. If you're interested, be sure to use the link in the description to get an extra 2 months when you subscribe to Artlist for the yearly plan. As filmmakers, we can never have too much storage. I always put hard drives in a category of the boring but necessary items. They are not exciting products, but they can really have an impact on your editing experience and overall workflow. Recently, I got 2 new SanDisk ones. The first one is a 22TB G drive project that I will use for storage and archiving, but also for light editing if needed. I already have a few of them and I usually use around 10 to 12 tera a year. But I also wanted to try the newer 8 tera desk drive SSD. This is purely for editing, so I don't have to keep relying on smaller SSDs. 8 tera allows me to dump all the footage from a shoot, as well as any extras or BTS, but also edit the entire project directly on it instead of having to use several smaller ones. And I still benefit from those fast writing and reading speeds. My smaller SSD will now become my travel and on-location storage solutions. These two new drives will be a massive help, especially since I shoot all of my content in 6K B-RAW. These were sent to me by B&H, and I've been a huge fan of B&H for years, and it is by far my favorite shop in the world. Having the opportunity to collaborate with them means a lot to me. I just wanted to mention it. The next items are batteries. Batteries are another necessary part of a filmmaker kit. Personally, I always prefer to rely on internal batteries even when shooting with the pocket cameras. That being said, I often have to rely on bigger packs for longer shoots, of course. The Pyxis uses BPU batteries, which isn't a system that I had until getting the camera. I originally got 2 standard Sony ones just to get going. After receiving the Pyxis and sharing some content online, Core reached out to me and asked if I wanted a couple of batteries for the camera. Since I had been using their power-based battery for years, I said yes. The first battery is a Nano U98X. This is a great battery for the Pyxis as it goes straight into it, being the native BPU system, and it powers the camera for quite a bit of time, being a 98 watt-hour battery. I get about 2.5 hours. Since I prefer to use smaller rigs, this is perfect for my style. It also balances the Pyxis quite nicely. The second one is a power-based Edge Snap. This small V-Log battery has a very clever magnetic system and a quick release plate. I still have and use the older original power-based Edge. This new version feels much sturdier and is so quick to remove and attach. Both batteries also feature handy ports to power other accessories. Again, I will link all the gear in the description below. The next one is a tripod from Suri. Tripods are again not the most exciting things, but they are extremely useful and pretty much a must-have as a filmmaker. In my case, I use them for my documentary work, as well as for my outdoor and sometimes travel content. I use them for interviews of course, but also to capture landscapes, establishing scenes, or simply when the weather or project requires one. Up until last year and for the past 10 years, I've owned traditional photography tripods, and there is nothing wrong with that. But after using video focus ones on a few jobs, I realized the difference, and so I knew that I will most likely upgrade at some point. This one is very well made, useful, great and easy to operate, and all the adjustments, features and payload capacity make it a very versatile option. I think anyone wanting to get a proper filmmaking tripod that doesn't break the bank should consider this one. It really is a step up from traditional ones as it feels very secure and I was able to also get very smooth shots. Feel free to also watch my review for more info. The last item on this list is a Laowa Ranger 28-75 full-frame cinezoom. For me, cinezooms are the perfect mix between cineprimes and standard zooms, and since I do a lot of documentary work, I need lenses that I can use quickly, like zooms, but I still want to be able to achieve a high quality image and get that look and shooting experience that cine lenses give you. I used this lens to film a wide variety of subjects over the past 6 months, and I really enjoyed it. I think the Ranger series are great lenses for anyone looking at getting into cinezooms. Their range is very useful and their image is quite special. It really feels close to having several prime lenses built into one. The Rangers also cover full-frame sensors and they're very well made and look great. These lenses can be super useful for documentary work, as well as fast-paced commercials, but also when swapping lenses isn't always an option, or when you need lenses that cover a wide range of situations and focal length. Personally, I love the 28-75 as you can cover all bases, from interviews to establishing scenes, as well as tight shots, and can essentially shoot an entire project with just one lens, while still having different amounts of compression and field of view. Again, feel free to watch my in-depth review. Of course, it is never just about the gear, but certain items can really make a difference either from a production or post-production point of view, but can also elevate your style and overall projects, as well as offering new ways of filming and opportunities. Plus, gear is always fun. That's it for me for today guys, hope you've enjoyed this gear video, don't forget to subscribe and let me know in the comments what piece of gear you got this year that you really enjoy. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Also, feel free to check out my 2 ebooks, Freelance Documentary Filmmaking and Travel Cinematography, where you can find a streamlined but comprehensive overview from pre-production all the way to marketing, built on years of my own experience shooting short documentaries and travel videos around the world. And if you are interested, I'm also doing filmmaking mentoring sessions when you can ask me anything about a wide variety of topics.